Hello, welcome to another Becoming a Modern Man. We are playing our hyper-heroic deck once again. So let's get underway. This is our opening hand. Obviously no creatures in it, so I think we're going to have to mulligan this, I'm afraid. So let's see what our 6-card hand looks like. So this is a little better. We've got the Hoplite, got Brute Force, and we've got to Become Immense. Only one fetch land, unfortunately, so that Become Immense is maybe a little way off, but certainly a perfectly keepable hand. Our opponent is Tron, which certainly seems like a good matchup on paper. They don't have a lot of ways to interact with us early on, so provided we can do this quickly enough, we should be alright. Number one here, could use the Brute Force to do slightly more damage, as we get a +1/+1 counter on our say a Hoplite. With all the double strike and things, I think usually it's better just to wait, because potentially if I pick up an Assault Strobe, I'd rather have this Brute Force pumping up my guy like just a little bit more. Chromatic Sphere gets turned into Sylvan Scrying, which finds our opponent the power plant he needs. Can open that up. Just a second. I'm just going to fetch on the end of turn, get Stomping Ground. So yeah, I'm going to find his other Tron piece. Draw Assault Strobe, like I mentioned. Unfortunately, we can't use Become Immense and Assault Strobe this turn, so unfortunately we're not quite there. If we were able to cast all these spells, I think we would have just won. So what we would have been 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 would have been. Yeah, I think we'd have a 12 power double striker. So that would have been awesome. Unfortunately, we've only got 1 card in the graveyard. Got another fetch, so we could have 2 cards in the graveyard, but that's not good enough to actually cast this Become Immense. So I don't know whether we should run more fetch lands just for Become Immense. But I suppose that if we were doing that, we might want to up the Become Immenses in the deck anyway. Worth thinking about, possibly. And then we might want to run the Gitaxian Probes as well, just to sort of make that work, but I'm not sure anyway. So yeah, we've got a kill. Unfortunately, we're going to have to wait an extra turn for that to come back around. My opponent is going to have Tron, so that is a little worrying for us. Unfortunately, our opponent plays Oblivion, which is very bad news for us. Obviously, I don't want to play blow up his Oblivion Stone, so just gonna keep on attacking for 1. Opponent plays a couple of relics, which is quite annoying, as that makes Become Immense very difficult to cast. Although we have drawn a lot of land, so we actually might be able to hard cast it, to be honest. It's going to continue attacking, but opponent's got an Eye of Ugin, which he can actually rightly. Sorry, a bit laggy here. Alright, so he's going to empty my graveyard. And then he's going to switch up. Yeah, Wormcoil Engine. Which is definitely a problem for us. We don't have Trample, so that is an issue. Now, as it turns out, we draw Rancor, so had he not had the Oblivion Stone, we probably could have still won, actually. As awesome as that is, with double strike, we actually would have hit the Wormcoil before it actually hits us and deals any lifelink damage. So yeah, if it wasn't for the fact that he still has Oblivion Stone up thanks to the ridiculous amount of mana he has, we actually would have won through Wormcoil, but as it stands, we can't. So I'm going to force him to crack his Oblivion Stone anyway, because if he doesn't play it right, we can still win just by casting this Become Immense. But obviously he gets the advantage that his Wormcoil is going to give him a couple of tokens here, and this is pretty much going to do it. I think I just conceded there. I mean, we're going to take 6 next turn. So we did the following turn, and we actually didn't draw a creature. And there's nothing that grants haste in the deck, so there's not really any way we can win from this position. I don't think. So yeah, I just decided to concede there. Very, very close to getting the win there, but unfortunately the O-Stone was just enough. Would have been nice if he hadn't had that 5 mana to go with the O-Stone, and then his Wormcoil wouldn't have been good enough. But unfortunately our opponent did manage to play around that. So let's go on to game 2. Let's see if we can get our opener up. Okay, so this is no good, no creatures. So unfortunately another mulligan to 6. This also isn't great. I may have kept it though, I'm not sure. I think I might have kept this actually, although it is pretty horrendous. But I suppose it's got potential at the very least. So we get off with the Crusader. We're on to Kiln Fiend, which is definitely something we want to see. Again, we're going to need some more gas, but we don't draw a lot. We don't have to run a lot of land, so there's certainly potential for that. There's Revelry, which I've brought in from this board. Obviously, he's running artifacts that we can blow up with that, so that's nice. Hopefully, we'll find a target for next turn, and then we can actually get a bit more damage in for next turn. So he plays an O-Stone and an Expedition map, which is nice. He's not going to be able to crack that O-Stone yet, so I just want to blow that up for safety. He's got Tron online, but yeah, not quite enough mana for the blowing up the O-Stone straight off the bat, so definitely want to get rid of that. So we're able to blow that up, which pumps the Kiln Fiend. I can then use Brute Force on my Crusader, which will make me a 1/1. Sorry again, a bit laggy. So yeah, so we got, that's attacks my opponent down to, was attack for 12, was it? So yeah, down to 3. Opponent uses his Expedition map to search up another tower, so he's got as much mana as possible. Spellskite comes down, but it's not going to be good enough. We actually pretty awesome. I just ult my opponent after attacking, so that finishes him off. Nothing you can do about that. So yeah, slightly shaky keep, but ended up working out really well. And Destructive Revelry actually did a nice bit of work coming out of the sideboard there as well. So good to see. Let's go on to game 3. And okay, yeah, this works definitely. Kiln Fiend actually one of the more powerful one of our creatures in that it grows very, very quickly. Also a double strike enabler in this hand means that we can probably do something fairly ridiculous fairly quickly. So I'm reasonably happy with this. Draw a Crusader, which is even. I run Spellskite out, which is not something I particularly wanted to see. We draw a Dismember. I figured might as well run out this Kiln Fiend, and then we can kill off his Spellskite with a Dismember and get the advantage, the bonus to the Kiln Fiend, rather than just killing it straight away. Obviously we could have attacked with the Crusader, presumably prompting a block, and then bolted the Spellskite as well, but again, I might as well keep my spells for when I have my Kiln Fiend out, or at least that was my thoughts on the matter. I runs out a Chromatic Star, and actually misses a land drop there, which is pretty awesome. I suppose the risk in this play that I just did is that potentially he could have gone Star into Pyroclasm, which would have been fairly devastating. So that was the risk in that line of play, I guess. So here we're just going to go for killing off the Spellskite. I'm going to Titan Strength my guy, my Crusader, to get a little token. Sorry about that. Okay, and just go all in there. I potentially could have done more damage here, I think. We could have assault strobed the Kiln Fiend, which would then we've done 15 damage as opposed to what we're doing now, 12. But either way, my opponent's not dead. I figured this was the slightly better way to go with it. And I think Become Immense plus Assault Strobe is always pretty awesome. So I think I preferred going with the Titan Strength. Also let us set up our draw, although I can't quite remember what we actually ended up scrying to the top, or if we scryed something to the bottom. So opponent busts his star, I believe, for red mana. On the video, and this is the Pyroclasm I was talking about, I believe. So this wipes us up board. The Burn Willows. So yeah, we're quite fortunate that we actually managed to draw another creature off the top. Otherwise that would have been pretty devastating for us. Also we've got a nice little combination of Become Immense and Assault Strobe, thanks to the way we played the other turns. So I'm just going to run out the Crusader and hope it manages to live. I suppose we actually can Become Immense on our opponent's turn if he did try and kill the Crusader, in which case we would have had to hope to draw something else, because obviously Assault Strobe on its own is not very exciting with a Crusader. But we just had can't use Sylvan Scrying. I think he just searches for a Tron piece. He's not actually close to Tron, so well, I suppose he is now, but he's not particularly close to Tron, so not particularly worried about that. And he ends up tapping out to play a Chromatic Sphere, so that plays nicely into our hand. We can go Assault Strobe, Bolt, and then Become Immense, which is going to be a good 16 damage in total, including the Bolt, I think. So Assault Strobe, I need to use the Bolt, I don't think, so yeah, we can do 15 damage this way. 16, I think. Yeah, so our opponent conceived. Yeah, so yeah, we'd have a 7/7 Crusader and then two 1/1 tokens. So the double strikes, that's 14, 15, 16. So that's yeah, 16, and could have been 19 if we needed to bolt our opponent, but we didn't. So yeah, that worked out pretty well. I managed to play through a Pyroclasm, so I think this shows that the deck can actually come back from bad blowout situations like that quite well in this case. So yeah, otherwise I would say in general Tron seems like it should be a good matchup, but yeah, gotta watch out for spell skites and Pyroclasms and things, but we have answers to those in the sideboard, so you just gotta sideboard appropriately, I guess. And Destructive Revelry seems very good in this one, because it is a buzz up spell skites, but also buzz up O-stones and other things that are potentially very annoying for us. So yeah, works out pretty well.